Hi, Shrushti, how are you? Can you please unmute yourself? Hi, Shrushti, how are you? Am I audible, Shrushti?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Can you, yeah, great. All right. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to have a kind of informal interaction, right? Where it will be a kind of your preliminary mock interview. Fine. After this, I will give you a feedback and then we will have your panel mock, right?
Yeah,
I'm not,
so can you just give me a minute?
please, please,
Because
please
I
take
think
your
my
time.
Bluetooth is not connected with the
Don't worry, don't worry.
meeting.
Take your time. Once you are ready, let me know.
Okay, sir.
अच्छा संदीप
Sorry, sir. You are not audible.
Don't worry, I said don't worry. There is no need to be sorry. These are technical glitches. We all understand. They may happen anytime. All right. Just first relax and then let me know. Can we start this interaction?
There is some issue. I'm not able to listen you.
Am I audible now?
Ah, yes, yes.
All right. So I was saying there is no need to be sorry, and these are technical glitches. They do happen.
Yeah, sir, but still,
That's all
I
right.
keep you
Are you?
waiting a lot.
That's okay. Are you comfortable now?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So let's start with this interaction. All right. So
Okay.
Shrushti, can you please tell me something briefly about you and your family?
Yes, sir. So my name is Shrushti Suresh Kulye. I am from Mumbai. My father is a screen printing worker, and this is my second attempt and first interview. I have completed my graduation in political science and international relations from Ram Narayan Ruya College in Mumbai itself. And I'm interested in making Sanskar Bharati Rangoli designs and listening to Marathi Abhangas.
All right.
I have 5 members in my family.
Mm-hmm. And are you eldest or you have some younger
Yes, sir.
sibling?
I am eldest and I have one brother and sister.
All right. Very good. All right. Srishti, so you have done your political science, and I believe that it must be your optional subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if I talk about international relations and particularly India's foreign policy, with which particular region? Region in the sense, is it like Europe or is it Middle East or is it USA or is it Russia, China, or it can be BRICS? Which part of this foreign policy you are most comfortable with?
I think, sir, though I have studied many of these regions, for example, South Asia, Southeast Asia, even Middle East, and many Western countries as well, but I haven't revised my political science optional yet. So you can ask me questions related to Middle East because it is currently in news.
All right. So if I ask you a question about Middle East, can you tell me the three biggest mistakes of India's foreign policy vis-a-vis Middle East in the present context?
In the present context, sir.
Yes. Three biggest mistakes
Uh,
of India's foreign policy.
okay. Uh, First of all, as far as the Palestine and Israel war is concerned, is the India is not taking the side of the one particular country. In fact, the India is indirectly supporting the Israel, and we know that many of the Middle East countries are supporting the Palestine. So I think that can be we cannot say that it is the biggest mistake of the India, but it is somewhere affecting the India's ties with the other the countries in the Middle East. For example, like the Iraq, Saudi Arabia, etc. So that can be one fact. Secondly, mm,
Take your time. There is no hurry.
yes, sir. Sir, as far as the connectivity is concerned, we don't have any direct the connectivity with the other Middle East the countries. So we need to dependent on the our neighbors, for example, Iran, and we though we don't have very good relations with the Pakistan, so we cannot totally depend or we cannot directly depend on the Pakistan. But we have to depend on the Iraq to have the connectivity with the Middle East. So lacking from the perspective of the infrastructure, uh, I think this is one of the mistakes that we are not able to fully establish our ties with the Middle East countries. I mean, to the level which is required for the India Middle East relations. So that can be the second the mistake we can say. And uh, that's it, sir. I'm able to recollect only these 2 points now.
All right. Do you think that one of the biggest or one of the problems that India is like mistakes that India is making with the with in regard to its relations with Middle East is overemphasis on economic diplomacy instead of focusing on cultural diplomacy or people to people contact? Are we overemphasizing on economic diplomacy?
Uh, Sir, this can be said when it comes to the trade relations or the energy security. For example, we know that the Middle East countries are the one of the largest the suppliers of the oil and other energy sources to the India. So I think that can be the reason that India is the overly emphasizing on the economic relations with the Middle East. But sir, that cannot be said that India is not the properly focusing on the other the sectors of the relations. For example, people to people ties, because we have seen that India has huge diaspora living in the Middle East, and recently in UAE, the new Hindu temple is constructed. So I think that development is also the one of the output of the India's focus on the people to people ties with these Middle East countries. Apart from that, many the festivals are also celebrated in the Middle East, and India do have very good relations with the people or the Indian diaspora which is there in the Middle East. So I think that is somewhere lagging behind, but we cannot say that India is solely focusing on the economic relations and neglecting the other sectors of the relations.
All right. Okay, good. What are your hobbies?
So my hobbies is making Sanskar Bhati Rangoli designs and listening to the Marathi Abhangas.
Okay, if I talk about Marathi Abhangas, can you
Mhm.
trace the history of Abhangas?
Yes, sir. So the history of Abhangas can be traced back to the Bhakti movement of the Maharashtra, which which started during the 13th century with the work of the Naneshwar, one of the Maharashtrian sons. And apart from that, there were various sons like the Tukaram, Namdev, Eknath, Namdev, etc., who popularized these Abhangas. These Abhangas were used to promote the messages like the equality, non-discrimination on the basis of the caste, brotherhood, etc. So abhangas are the poems or the verses, poetic verses which were used to spread the messages by these the Maharashtrian sons.
All right. If I ask you to what an extent the rise of Maratha power was a result of Bhakti movement, so what would be your take?
Uh, yes, to some extent, or we can say even to the large extent, the rise of Maratha power has its some origin in the Bhakti movement. For example, one of the Maharashtrian Sant, that is Sant Ramdas, had who they were he was contemporary to the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and he acted as the teacher to the Shivaji Maharaj. He gave him the message of the establishing Swarajya, the fighting against the invaders, that is Mughal invaders, the establishing his own kingdom. So that acted as the base of the uh, basis or the foundation on the basis of which the Shivaji Maharaj could able to establish his the Maratha power. And after that, after the Shivaji Maharaj, many other Maratha powers like the Peshwa, they build their empires on this foundation. So we can say that it has the roots in Bhakti movement.
You use the word Maratha Samrajya or Swarajya.
Swarajya, sir.
Swarajya. So can you explain me the difference between the terms Swarajya and Samrajya?
So Samrajya is kind of the empire, the large empire spreading across the huge areas. So that we call this Samrajya. And the Swarajya is synonymous with the sovereign power, that is self-rule. So
Mhm.
this is the basic difference between these two terms.
And if I can ask you, can you explain me from where the Chauth was to be collected and from where the Sardeshmukhi were to be collected?
Uh, Sir, I know these two terms referring to the revenue, the collection system, which was prevalent in the Maratha Empire, but I am not exactly aware of exactly know about the exact definition of these terms. But I have some rough idea. For example, Chout was collected as a the part of the protection which is given to the other powers which were ruling at the time of the Maratha Empire. So the tax is collected as a one fourth of the whatever wealth they have. Uh, this one fourth of the wealth will be given to the Marathas. So in the return of the protection given to this other powers which were ruling at that time. And so Sardeshmukhi was kind of tax, but I'm not aware about the exact definition of it.
All right, never mind, that's all right. Okay, is there any difference between Deshmukhs and Watandars? Can you tell me something about that?
Yes, sir. So Vatandas are the service providers, or I think they were the military personals, and who were given the land, some land in the exchange of their service, and they have to rule over their land, not exactly rule over that land, but look after that land, collect the revenue from that land, and deposit that revenue to the royal treasury. So they are kind of caretakers of the land given to them in terms of in the exchange of their service. And so as far as I know, Deshmukhs were the accountants who were they keeping the record of the all the treasury that was collected.
Okay, that is it. This is all what you know about them.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. There was a very prominent personality among the Marathas who was called the Kutilya of Marathas. Who was that personality?
Kautilya's of Marathas.
Kutilya, Chanakya.
Kautilya. Yes, sir. No, sir, I'm not aware about that.
Have you heard the name of Nana Fadnavis?
Yes, sir. He was somewhere related to Peshwas, but I'm not aware about the his work, etc.
All right, never mind. That's all right. Who is your favorite Western political thinker?
Uh, Sir John Rawls.
John Rawls. All right.
Yes, sir.
So, original position.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you apply the idea of original position to the decline of Maratha Empire?
Uh, Decline of Maratha Empire.
Will it be far-fetched for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, never mind. Okay. Uh, who else but for John Rawls? Any other?
Karl Marx.
Can you explain his idea of alienation of man, particularly in the present age when we have AI and all this social media? And what do you think? How much
Yes, sir.
relevant his idea of alienation of man has become like today?
Yes, sir. Up through the elimination of the man, what he wanted to
No, no,
say
no.
is
I'm not
that
talking about elimination. I'm talking about alienation.
elimination,
No, alienate.
alienation. Okay,
Yes.
alienation. Right, right. So through this alienation of the man concept, he wanted to say that the capitalists are the exploiting these bourgeois, the worker class to the large extent, so much so that the working class are becoming alienated to the process of production, product they are producing, and from the society, and at the last from themselves. So we can apply this theory in the present context. For example, the technological development which is carried out by the big tech companies, for example, Google and the Elon Musk, etc., businessmen like the Elon Musk, these are playing the very important role in the technological development. But at the same time, these are replacing the manpower because of the role of this technology in the human intelligence, which has the capacity to replace the original human intelligence. So in that way, I think the humans will become the alienated from their original the work or from their original role, and can create the major issue of the unemployment.
Okay. Uh, all right. On basis of today's interaction, I tell you
Yes,
something.
sir.
You
Okay,
have
sir.
knowledge, but the
Okay.
problem is that you lack some little bit of confidence,
Okay.
right? There is an element of fear of unknown because we are talking for the first time. So you had that inhibition. So you have to
Okay.
just overcome this, right?
Okay.
So yesterday, to as many of the people I met, right, I told them
Mhm.
not to give any mock to anyone. But in your
Okay.
case, I will recommend at least talk to two or three more people. And
Okay.
from my
Mm.
side, what best I can help you is
Mm.
do talk to me whenever you feel like. Just ping me.
Okay.
You have my number.
Yes, sir.
Just ping me, sir. I want to talk to you. Talk to me, ask me questions. And in your case, it is highly recommended that you should go for one reverse mock where you become the
Okay.
panelist and I be the candidate. So you ask me
Okay.
questions and see how I reply, right?
Okay.
This is very
Okay.
important for you. Done?
Okay.
And
Yes, sir.
now coming back to the other question, just a moment, just a moment. Acha, coming back to another question. Uh, this is very important. the more you will do this reverse interview with me, na, at least 2 or 3 times, the more confident you will get, right?
Okay.
And last, were you part of that mains interview guide, program with us? Sorry, mains content program where I was sharing notes?
I was there in the group. I was in that group, yes, sir.
Did you like the content that we share?
Yes, sir, definitely.
All right. Chalo. Best of luck.
Okay, sir. Thank
And
you.
please be in touch and let me know whenever you need any help, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely.
Okay, ji. Best of luck. Bye bye.
Thank you.
You can log out.
Yes, sir.